Really, I'm hood rich. I'm really a star. I can't wait to be famous. 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 Really, I'm hood rich. I'm really a star. I can't wait to be famous.
Really, I'm haunted. I'm haunted by hundreds.
Let's keep it 100. You got. What up, though? It's your boy Common Sense, man. And we already know that common sense isn't common. Alright, look, so today, man, we have an interesting story. Alright. For the people that don't know, Shannon Sharpe is being sued for $50 million for allegedly raping a female. Y'all know what I mean? I don't want to get my channel flagged. Right? By a woman named Gabby and the lawyer Tony Bugsby. In my eyes, the fact that Tony Bugsby is attached to this case, Shannon Sharpe is innocent. To me, it's a shakedown. I believe Shannon Sharpe when he say it's a shakedown. For the people that don't know, Shannon Sharpe was in negotiation for a $100 million contract. Off of that reason alone, to me, it's a shakedown. If it's not a shakedown, it's an attempt for the big people to negotiate Shannon Sharpe for a lesser amount for him not to get what he's really worth. Something is fishy about this shit in my eyes. Now, Stephen A. Smith tried to get, I ain't gonna say in front of this situation, but he tried to report on this situation. And in his reporting, to me, he threw Shannon Sharpe under the bus. I would not be surprised if Shannon Sharpe never do another episode of First Take, because in my eyes, Stephen A. Smith did not pick a side. And he left the door wide open for this shit to get legs and to grow as it being possible that Shannon Sharpe is guilty of the situation. Stephen A. Smith, man, one minute, he'd be doing the right thing for black folks, and then the next minute, bro, he turned this to a sellout. And in this situation, this is some sellout shit. I'm going to let y'all watch this shit, and then I'm going to throw my 2 cents in there to show y'all why I believe so. I'm your boy Common Sense. Like the video, because liking the video is more important to the YouTube algorithm these days. Subscribe to the boy if you feeling the content. It's a reaction. Let's go.
Of the Stephen A. Smith Show, coming at you over the digital airways of YouTube and, of course, iHeartRadio. As always, thanking all of y'all for y'all support for watching the show and what have you. The millions of downloads I received over iHeartRadio. Subscribers now eclipsing 1.18 million. Thank you so much for the love and support. Today is a different day because of where I have to get started and where I have to finish. There's only going to be one subject discussed today, and it's where we're getting started. It's involving some news that broke yesterday involving Shannon Sharpe, my colleague at ESPN and my friend. The Hall of Fame tight end was sued on Sunday by a woman proceeding under the name Jane Doe pseudonym. The 13-page civil complaint filed in Nevada alleges that Sharpe committed assault, sexual assault.
Hold on. At some point, the lady name came out, and it's Gabby something, right? I think it's so, I ain't even gonna say so. I think it's unfair that a person can come out with these type of allegations under Jane Doe. To me, that shit should be illegal. But to me, the laws is not logical. The only thing that's logical in this world to me is men. And that's just how I feel. But that shit is not right, and a person should not be able to do that. To me, that don't make no sense. If you gonna come out with them type of allegations, bring your face with it too. Bring your name with it too.
Battery and sexual battery. The plaintiff alleges Sharpe sexually assaulted her several times at the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025. The suit also alleges that Shannon engaged in the intentional infliction of emotional distress. It should be noted that the suit was filed by attorney Tony Bugsby. This is the same attorney that filed a suit against Jay-Z, and P. Diddy, alleging they both sexually assaulted a minor, which has since been withdrawn. Jay-Z also has countersued Busby. By the way, the plaintiff in the Sharpe civil suit is not the woman heard in the accidental Instagram live stream incident that made headlines last September of last year. In response to the suit, Shannon and his legal team went to social media yesterday and released a series of allegedly sexually explicit text messages between him and the Jane Doe. In addition to that, they issued the following statement, quote, "This lawsuit, filed by Gabriella Zuniga
That's her
and
name.
orchestrated by her attorney, Tony Busby, is a blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharpe for millions of dollars. It is filled with lies, distortions, and misrepresentations, and it will not succeed," end quote. Then earlier today, Jane Doe's attorney, Tony Busby, sent TMZ Sports a 1 minute and 36-second clip of an alleged conversation between his client and Shannon. In response to that clip, Shannon Sharpe went back to social media and issued this response. Take a look.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
All right, now, in my opinion, that was smart for Shannon Sharpe to release that video to get out in front of whatever plan whatever tactic that they try to use to diminish his character, because y'all know that's what they do. So in my eyes, that was very smart of Shannon Sharpe to do that.
Well, it's a sad situation. Shannon Sharpe is somebody I work with a couple of days a week.
This when the bullshit start right here. In my eyes, he's supposed to come straight out the gate and say that Shannon Sharpe is innocent. This is bullshit. I'm in agreement with Shannon Sharpe. I don't think he did it. And this woman is trying to do a shakedown. He not doing that right now.
Shannon Sharpe is somebody that I brought to ESPN.
He want to take credit for a whole bunch of shit.
Works on First Take, which airs on ESPN every weekday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. He's been with me every Monday and Tuesday. We've been number one for 13 years and counting. But since Shannon has arrived, obviously he's helped the show immensely. And I can't thank him enough for it. We've grown close as friends. I'd like to believe that. I certainly root for him. I know he's been through a lot in life. He's overcome a lot of things. And when he departed from Fox, I was more than happy to bring him on board here. So all I can speak about is what I know based on the reports. And I can speak about ESPN and Disney. to be clear, even though this podcast, this YouTube show is owned and operated by me solely, it doesn't mean that I'm going to be dismissive of ESPN, who employs me in my daytime job on First Take.
All right, so he's showing y'all right then and there that he kissing ESPN ass. But he was saying it to me. He was saying a bunch of field words, right? Saying a bunch of nothing. In my eyes, I thought he was finna say what he said and then come out and say that Shannon Sharpe was innocent, but that ain't what he did. He went straight to kissing his boss ass. Like I said in the beginning of the video, the fact that Stephen A. Smith never picked a side, which Shannon Sharpe should have been the side he picked, because like he said, he believed they friends. Bro, if we friends, why you ain't coming out telling these motherfuckers that I'm innocent? Because you know, as a friend, I'm not capable of doing no shit like that. I wouldn't do no shit like that. That ain't what Stephen A. Smith did. Stephen A. Smith leaving the fucking door open and selling him out. In my eyes, bro, because Stephen A. Smith, man, took credit for bringing him on First Take, which he did. But he also sitting up here claiming that this is his show. And so in my eyes, I feel like Stephen A. Smith is a little jealous of Shannon Sharpe getting that $100 million contract so fast as he did. Because in my eyes, Shannon Sharpe damn near be a bigger star than Stephen A. Smith. But I'm going too far into it. Let me continue playing this shit.
So I sit here before you today letting you know that they are aware that this is a subject that I was going to broach, because I owe them that courtesy.
Fucking bunch of field words.
It's important to point out a couple of things. Number one, I was not there. I can provide no eyewitness account. And even though I got love and respect for Shannon Sharpe, and I'm sincerely hopeful and prayerful that he is completely innocent of the allegations that have been levied against him, I can't sit here and speak to his innocence or guilt from a knowledgeable...
Bro, you can't play both sides in something so serious. I know I'm not the only one that's receiving betrayal from Stephen A. Smith on the behalf of Shannon Sharpe. You can't be saying I can't sit up here and defend his innocence or guilt. What the fuck is you talking about? I'm hopeful that he's innocent. Bro, that ain't enough to me. You can't say I'm hopeful, then say I can't defend his innocence. Like, bro, you tripping.
Because I have nothing to do with this. I haven't seen anything. I don't know anything. I don't even know this person. I know what the reports say. I know the reports, the things that have been reported on a multitude of outlets, from the AP to the New York Post to Forbes to TMZ and everything in between. I mean, I can't even count the number of publications that have talked about it or written about it, networks, etc. It's all over the internet.
It's viral at this point.
It's everywhere. And I know that. I'm fully aware of that. This is not a criminal case. So there is no concern about him going to jail. This is a civil case, which means that he can either be found liable or not liable. The accuser in question is seeking $50 million. That was confirmed by Shannon Sharpe on that video today. According to the reports, it's somebody that he met in 2023, who was 19 years old at that particular moment in time. According to some audio that was put out earlier today by attorney Busby, you hear the accuser, the female, talking to somebody who is alleged to be Shannon Sharpe. We don't know whether that's true or not.
Hey, I'm going to play that. Y'all check this out.
On me, so I feel like...
I'm not going to hang up on you. is what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
And the person in question, again, we don't know whether it's Shannon or not, uttered the words choke, as in I will choke the hell out of you if I saw you. And so because of that, knowing that audio was probably going to come out along with additional tapes, whether they be video or audio is unclear at this particular moment in time, Shannon Sharpe felt compelled to come out in his own defense. How we interpret that? Let me be very, very clear about where I'm coming from. I'm a bit torn in terms of his response.
Bro, listen. Let me tell you where I'm coming from. He's innocent. He ain't saying that. He's saying he trying to, listen, to me, he's setting up the vibe as if he's standing on business, but then he all the way backtrack. Let me tell you where I stand on it. I'm a little bit torn. Sell out, bro. And to me, the tape can be AI. That clip y'all heard, to me, that can be AI because that didn't sound all the way like Shannon Sharpe, in my opinion.
And Tony Busby has sued Jay-Z. He did sue Diddy. He did accuse them, or represented the woman who was accusing them of assault, of sexual assault, and said that she was 13 years of age at the time when talking about Jay-Z and Diddy, and Jay-Z went ballistic and emphatically denied it, wouldn't let it go. The case was dropped, and now he's suing Busby, mentioning words like extortion and other things. So when Shannon Sharpe brought up Mr. Busby in that video that we aired and talked about him being extorted, he brought up Mr. Busby and Mr. Busby's past. And he talked about him, going against African American men. There's two thoughts there. On what?
Listen, man, this is clearly a thing that Busby does. This is where black folks, we need to come together, man. And when we hearing this type of shit, we need to just straight up be very transparent, honest, and just, what's the word I'm looking for? Blunt. And just come out and say straight up, not trying to be politically correct or none of that shit, and say this man is innocent. This shit is clearly a money grab. Because it's obvious. It's obvious. Listen, I don't even want to say it's common sense because we all know that common sense ain't common. But at the end of the day, bro, if the shit is real, why won't you make it a criminal case instead of trying to make it a civil case? And then y'all acting like the civil case ain't gonna turn to the criminal case. Y'all trying to diminish this nigga character. And Stephen A. Smith, in my eyes, bro, has been used like a pawn to help tear down Shannon Sharpe in my eyes, because he's not coming out definitively, however you say that word, and saying that Shannon Sharpe is innocent.
And there's the Jay-Z, who obviously should be presumed innocent, not just because you should be presumed innocent until found guilty, but because of the manner in which he fought on his own behalf and has been very aggressive in going after Tony Busby. In the case of P. Diddy, you don't know what to believe. Again, the case against Jay-Z was a civil suit. Diddy was a civil suit. But in Diddy, you don't know what to believe because of all the allegations he's facing. But we can't forget that Tony Busby was also the person that represented at least 24 of the 27 women that accused Deshaun Watson.
Boom! I didn't even know that. So that's another black man added on top of the other black men already, and we already know what Deshaun Watson went through.
Of sexual misconduct along with other allegations. And
crazy,
at least
bro.
23 of those cases were settled. So we have an obligation to mention that.
He had a nice payday on that day.
So on one hand, going on the offensive to defend himself, I completely understand where Shannon Sharpe is coming from. On the other hand, when his legal team issued out the press release on X yesterday, and they spoke about, they mentioned her name, and they revealed some of those explicit text messages, that was uncomfortable.
Like, what is you talking
And I
about?
don't know if that's a strategy that would work.
Like, what is you talking about?
One of the hardest things in the world for all of us to do is to just lay low and be quiet.
Man, bro.
And let our legal team do it. And we don't always know whether or not that's the right thing to do.
To me, this is him throwing Shannon Sharpe under the bus and Shannon Sharpe legal team. Bro, listen, I ain't got to take it no further, man. I'm going to just end it right there because this would be a long-ass video. At the end of the day, Stephen A. Smith, man, threw Shannon Sharpe under the bus. I would not be surprised if this situation becomes a bigger situation because people like Stephen A. Smith ain't stand on business. In my eyes, man, the world is a dirty world, bro, because 1 minute you could be at the top of the world and then everybody will turn on your ass even when they know or even when it's obvious it's a setup. I feel like in this world, man, don't give a fuck about what nobody say, what nobody think, and ride with your goddamn self because at the end of the day, bro, common sense is not common and so many people can be manipulated to think something. Motherfuckers is not thinking for themselves. Anything that's put in front of them, whether it's on any type of social media platform, any news channel, anything that's put in front of them, they gonna believe it. Motherfuckers is not thinking for themselves at all. God damn. I'm your boy Common Sense, man. Like the video because liking the video is more important to the YouTube algorithm these days. Subscribe to the boy if you felt the content. I'm doing what I always do. And I'm signing off. Peace.